Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 6 of 90 in Ontario, League One's weekly series recapping the previous week's actions, previewing the upcoming week's games, and bringing you exclusive interviews, stories, and highlights. Week 4 is in the books, and 18 games were played in the Championship and Premier Divisions, which had some thrilling matches filled with drama. So let me send it over to Jackson and Dexter with last week's Matches of the Week highlights.
Heads go up, all comes down, and then a high boot. The referee has called play. Left-footed drive, and they found the back of the net. The opening goal off the indirect free kick. North Mississauga strike first. It's Damiano Sinaguglia. To capitalize here, he plays it into the middle. Looking for Sadler. He's gone on the end of it, and he's gone to ground, and the referee's given a penalty. Stunner, and a save by Roberts. The rebound is smashed in, though. Johnny's son, and we are level. Couple swipes at it. Nothing dangerous comes of it on that end of the pitch. There could be some danger the other way, though. Some pace here as Waterloo get forward on the counterattack, and it's a go-ahead goal for Waterloo. A clinical counterattack, and Waterloo take their first lead of the match in the 57th minute. It's 2-1. And an equalizer. North Mississauga pull level just a few minutes after giving up the go-ahead goal. Possibly saving tackle for now. Play on, though, in the final moments here. It's rolled all the way through, and it's pushed just wide of the goal. And that is the end of the match. Waterloo frustrated, thinking there should be at least one more corner kick. But that is not the case. The referee has blown the final whistle, and there is frustration on the pitch for sure.
How's it going, guys? Dexter Abrams here, and this week I'll be presenting you with the women's match of the week, Simcoe County Rovers on the road versus Woodbridge Strikers. This will be the third time these two teams have met, with Woodbridge coming away with the 3 points each time, which means that Simcoe County Rovers are on the road searching for their first win against Woodbridge. Both teams start off this game strong, with Simcoe County Rovers in the first half creating more chances and stronger goal-scoring opportunities, but ultimately finishing the first half 0-0. After 70 minutes of no goals in this game, we received 3 goals in 10 minutes. Between the 70th and 80th minute, both teams were able to get on the board. In the 71st minute, Stephanie Young took the ball off a Woodbridge defender, taking herself and finished with a low shot into the corner, breaking the deadlock for Simcoe County Rovers. Just 3 minutes later, Simcoe County Rovers found themselves with a free kick just outside the box. And after Woodbridge failed to clear the ball, Ali Rowe smashed the ball past the keeper, giving Simcoe their second goal of the game. And in the 80th minute, the ball rolled to Kat Rogers' feet, where she struck it one time through the hands of the Simcoe County Rovers keeper, putting the ball in the back of the net and getting Woodbridge Strikers back into this game 2-1. After a good fight, this game ultimately ended 2-1, giving Simcoe County Rovers the win over Woodbridge. Now check out these highlights.
Woodbridge under pressure here, and they give it away. As Lewis dispossessed, here comes Young. Young on the off foot, just rolls it in, past Spano, and finally the deadlock is broken. And the Simcoe County Rovers have come native. Already a goal in the game. Steps over this free kick, she'll lay it off. Caldwell into the box, it was blocked initially. Headed back into an area. Strike dog goal, and Rowe has given the 2-goal lead that Simcoe was looking for. A quick into McKee. Back for Michelli. Ball to the outside of the 18. Vicente. Rogers. Off the glove and in. And Kat Rogers has got one back for the Strikers. But the whistle's been blown.
Thank you, boys. The games have been absolutely amazing. And with that, we'd like to share some highlights for the rest of the games from the previous week, thanks to our social media team. All right, as you just got a glimpse, the week gave us tons of content, so let's dive right into it. Starting in the men's Premier Division, we saw a couple upsets with every match being extremely tight and competitive. On Friday, Sigma picked up their first win of the season, beating newcomers FC London 1-0 via a 65th minute goal from Daniel Farag. Saturday saw Alliance United pick up a big upset win over league favorites Skrsopi 2-1, which was their first loss of the season as well. North Toronto and Oakville SC played to the same score, seeing Oakville pick up the win and soaring them to top spot of the table with 9 points. On the Sunday, Roma got past Burlington 2-1, keeping them comfortably in the middle of the pack, and Simcoe hosted Vaughan, which saw them go up 2-0 in the 75th minute, only for Vaughan to knock one back in the 82nd, setting up for a nervous finale, and Vaughan's Justin Santos scores the game-tying goal in the 97th minute. What a weekend for the men's Premier Division. As we heard for our game of the week, in the men's championship league, Waterloo and North Mississauga played to a 2-2 draw, seeing Waterloo pick up their first point and North Mississauga preserving their undefeated start. The second game on Friday had another cracking end where York United hosted the Borough FC, where the Borough thought they stole the win in stoppage time, scoring in the 91st minute, only for York United to snatch the points back, seeing a goal scored in the next minute by Alex Bergman. We're not even halfway through the games, and we already have a handful of post-90-minute goals. Saturday saw the remaining 3 games played out, where Sudbury Cyclones continued their amazing form, going to Hamilton United's home ground, winning 3-0, which puts them clear at the top of the men's championship table. Windsor City held on to a 2-1 win to give Whitby FC their first loss of the season, despite picking up a red card in the 68th minute. And lastly, Masters FA played to a 2-2 draw against Pickering. Moving to the women's side, the Premier Division saw a busy Saturday with 4 games and surprisingly saw all the away teams bringing home wins, which started with Vaughan, who went on the road to Alliance, picking up a 1-0 win with the lone goal coming in the 64th minute via Nia Fleming-Thompson. Simcoe County went to Woodbridge and stole 3 points, winning 2-1. NDC Ontario beat Waterloo on the road 2-0, and North Toronto won in convincing fashion, heading all the way to London, picking up a 5-0 win, which also sees them stay top of the table with 10 points through 4 games. In the championship, on the Friday, Whitby FC picked up a 2-0 win in their own backyard against Skrsopi FC, which was a sole game. On the Sunday, 2 games were played where Burlington and Rush played to a 0-0 draw, and Tecumseh won 2-0, defeating Unionville, which kept them top of the table with an undefeated record of 3 wins and 1 draw, wrapping up Week 4. Previewing next week, our first match of the week sees FC London host Vaughan Missouri in the Women's Premier Division on Saturday, the 17th at 7 p.m. Our very own Carlisle Fizette sits down with FC London head coach Diogo Mourinho to preview the match. Have a listen.
Diogo, thanks for making time with us this afternoon to talk about, I guess, the season so far and how things are looking. 4 points for FC London in the Premier Division. How are you feeling about the early stages of this season so far?
So far, we are feeling good. Of course, 4 points after 4 games is not the best, but we also have a few plans already settled, and we already have a few points from the few games we already won against Waterloo as well. It was a very good win. But from our point of view as a staff as well, the start went very good. Our last game wasn't very good, as everyone knows. But it's just a stepping stone that we need to pass through.
How are you feeling about the roster at this point? I know early stages, a lot of teams are managing a lot of players coming back, whether it's from school or wherever. So how are you feeling in terms of your roster coming together? Do you feel like you have a full squad at this point?
I'm very happy with the squad that we have, especially because it's a very young squad. Our squad, we already played with players who are 16, players who are 15 even. And it creates an image for FC London, and FC London really wants the homegrown players to understand what it is to be an FC London player, and we want to pass an image that we can compete with younger players as well, and we want to pass an image of what FC London stands for as well. We want to create an image of younger players of development that can participate and can compete at this level.
Jordan, thanks for making time this afternoon to discuss the season so far. I know you have 9 points through 4 matches, 3-game winning streak. How are you feeling this early stage of the season so far?
For right now, we've had to go a lot younger than you'll probably see us in June. But it's been great experience for me as a coach to get to work with some of the 07s and 06s that I've already had history with in the past, and get them kind of integrated into the League One environment, because that was kind of their natural progression anyway. So it's been enjoyable. It's been fun.
How about for your perspective, has there been a highlight or a moment that stands out to you so far in the season, especially in working with a lot of younger players so far?
A highlight would be losing our first game. I think it sounds like a low light, but losing our first game kind of gave us a reality check about where we were, and kind of showed us, like, basically the mirror. It held up a mirror to ourselves and say, listen, we're not that good yet. We're not ready yet to compete with some of these more experienced teams, more experienced players. And then the following week, we kind of had like a breakout game against North Miss. And I think from there, it was like, okay, now we got our confidence back. And then after that first loss, as you mentioned already, we've ripped 3 wins in a row. But the big one against Guelph at home, I think, was like a character win. Individually, we had probably one of the nicest goals I've seen so far this season from Erica Di Matteo with that cracker from outside the box.
Looking ahead then, as your preparation goes week to week, I think it's fair to say still early days in the season, but you've got a match against FC London coming up. How are things shaping up for you on that front?
It's a tough team. They're kind of coming off of the back of a bad loss on the weekend to North Toronto, so I know they'll be primed and ready to bounce back. So we got to go in there with a little bit of caution, but also with a lot of energy and excitement, because it's another opportunity for us to continue our winning streak and kind of putting together our style of play, putting together more new players, like integrating them into the roster. So ensuring that is just another step on the journey.
All right, Jordan, that's all I've got for you. Thanks so much for making time.
I appreciate it. No problem.
All right, thank you to both Carlisle and Diogo for the insight, and we are excited to see the two powerhouses go head-to-head. Now, for the men's side, due to some scheduling changes, the match of the week has already occurred, which was between Woodbridge Strikers and North Toronto in the men's Premier Division. The game took place this past Tuesday at Woodbridge's Vaughan Grove, and it is quite safe to say this was an absolute blowout, seeing Woodbridge go up 5-0 at halftime. Even more impressively, we saw Ronaldo Marshall score a double brace in the first half, who was already looking favored to win Performance of the Week even before the week started. North Toronto would get a consolation in the 66th through Luca Porphyris, which ultimately saw the game ending 5-1. For a full breakdown and highlights, please be sure to tune in for next week's episode. Before getting into our new segment, if you are liking the content, please consider subscribing, leave a like, and turn on the bell notifications to keep up to date with everything League One Ontario. Now, as a provincial pro-am league, one of the goals of the league is to promote and nurture our youth players looking to move from the youth and amateur ranks to the professional level. With that, our show is starting a new segment called the U20 Feature Player of the Week, where we interview young players who are performing at this level and talk about their journey and experiences in the league, along with ambitions they have for themselves. Without further delay, let me send it over to the U20 feature host, Alex Balta, with our first guest, Serge Kalustian of York United Academy.
So welcome to the U20 Player Feature of the Week. I'm Alex Balta, and today we have Serge Kalustian of York United Academy. Welcome.
What's up? So nice to be here.
Yeah, no, we're glad to have you in our first feature of this. And before we get started, we're just going to play a few clips of you so viewers have an idea of what kind of player you are. Here, we're going to play that part again. There we go. So some great clips of you driving forward and driving to the box and even getting a goal in that one clip. So well done. I'm going to dive right into the questions and we'll go from there. So you've recently transitioned from playing as a winger to now starting at left back. How has that shift in position challenge or helped you grow as a player?
I think the transition from winger to fullback has had its challenges, but I think being able to play on both sides of the ball is definitely like essential to a player's growth. And, I think playing both winger and fullback, being on both sides of the ball at like a pretty high level has like definitely helped my growth as a player. And I think it's pretty like essential to all players. Like they should be able to play on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, no, what's funny is we've worked together from when you started in grassroots. So
Yeah.
I knew you when I coached you and or oversaw as a technical director in your startup years as a left back, more of a defender, and then in basically most of your teenage years you've been a winger. So now you're reverting back to that position of left back, but you still kind of carry the. I saw in the clips like watching against Unionville, you carry that mentality of driving forward and wanting to get forward. So you're really, which I'll dive into a little bit more, but you're really kind of owning in as an attacking fullback. But now, yeah, you got to add that defensive piece as you said.
Yeah.
Okay. So you clearly comfortable going forward with the ball, like I said, and taking players on in 1v1 situations. How do you balance your attacking instincts with the defensive responsibilities that come with being a fullback?
Uh, you know, Being able to balance that is just knowing that if I don't do my job as the fullback, coming back on defense, and it'll be hurting the team, and obviously that's not what we want. And having the freedom as a fullback to to be able to play like quite high, obviously has its advantages, but also has its roles and responsibilities. That like if you're super high up on the field and something goes wrong, you lose the ball, and next thing you know they're on the counter attack. You have to be back there, and knowing that like if I'm not back there and I'm not doing my job as the fullback, could be hurting the team, and could also be the reason that we're conceding, and obviously that'll be put on my head, which we don't want.
Yeah, good answer. And I think as you keep going throughout the season, I'm sure that we're going to see success on both sides of the ball, as you're kind of describing. So your runs from deep and some passes into the final third really stood out. Do you see the attacking part of your game as something that sets you apart as at this position?
I wouldn't necessarily say that like that's what makes me stand out, because that's what a lot of players now in like this day of age of football are doing. Like we're getting really high up, and fullbacks are getting higher. I think what like makes me stand out personally is like my awareness on the field, and like knowing where my players are. So like if there's guys in the box or if there's not, am I able to keep the ball and keep possession, recycle, and maybe attack from a different angle. But knowing that I brought my team up and closer to the net with that run in behind, like I feel like that's what makes me stand out.
Well, I'm looking forward to see more of that as the season goes on. So continue on defensively. Fullback is a demanding role. What parts of the position are you focusing on right now to take your game to the next level?
Still being like a newer fullback to the position, I think what like has been like really my struggle lately has just been really getting stuck into tackles, and having that like stuck in fire, you know what I mean, to like really get in there. But I do have my moments, but I think the biggest challenge for me is just to be more consistent, and being able to do that every game, game in, game out, and just coming out with positive results.
Yeah, I think, like I said, as you gain more experience, I think you will find that part of your game that you're talking about and getting more comfortable in those defensive roles. Because I know it's always tough coming into that, defending position when you maybe haven't been playing there for some time and you get put in 1v1 situations. So now your confidence might be, you might not have 100% confidence like you do when you're getting forward with the ball. And yeah, it will come, but I totally understand what you're saying. And lastly, so looking ahead, what are some of your personal goals for this season with York United Academy, either in terms of development or team impact?
Playing with York United definitely has its advantages, as we are the reserve team to the pro team. So I think it definitely like a goal for me is to definitely be able to get that call up, to to be able to practice with the first team. I think that'd be like a huge blessing and a huge accomplishment on my end, with all the hard work I've been putting in and stuff. But for the team, I feel like every practice we go in, we go in and we all leave as better players. And just now it's a matter of fact of getting those positive results, hopefully winning not only the league, but the League Cup as well. So I think for a team, that's
League Cup. Wow, I like what you're shooting for.
Yeah.
So right now I believe you're mid-table, tied for your 6th and 7th position, so
Yeah,
the 7th position technically. And in your the short part of the season so far, do you feel that you guys are going to make those strides to fight for the league and be top of the table?
I definitely do think we'll be able, we'll get those positive results. We're all new. We're still learning how to play with each other. And although we've lost one game, we're really coming up, and I think we're going to have a really good season pushing to the end.
Okay, great. Well, I look forward to it, Serge, and I want to thank you for coming on and answering our questions, and congratulations on being the featured U20 Player of the Week, and good luck with the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so that's good. We're done. That's a little short spiel, because it's only like 2 to 3 minutes. I don't even know what they're going to put in.
Yeah.
So, but no, it was good seeing you. Say hi to your parents for me.
Yeah, I will.
And so how often do you travel to York to train?
Before it was like almost every day I was going, but now we have like a pretty consistent schedule, so it's like 3-4 times a week I'm going.
That's not bad. Yeah,
No,
I mean, and what are you doing next year?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Are you going to take a gap year?
Maybe, or I'll be a part-time student because I think my parents still want me to be in school. So
you're going to do the victory lap?
Maybe, yeah. I might just go to York. I think it's the most convenient for me because
so you there. York University?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to try then to play with their soccer team if you're there?
I don't know. Our coach doesn't really want us to be going away for school and stuff because their main thing is we're the reserve team for the pro team. They don't really care for League One. It's just a league for us to play in, So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet.
Okay, no, fair. Hey, listen, there's I know your parents will have a bigger say and obviously are more impactful, but I'll tell you, don't rush it. It's, going to thinking you have to go to school right away and all that. There's lots of time for that. So yeah, no, I like that you're keeping your options open. I saw, are there any guys that you played with or playing with York? I think I saw Giovannini, right? Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan. He's been training with the first team recently.
Oh, wow, good for him.
Yeah.
Anybody else from your grassroots days?
No, most of them are all at Rush now.
Okay.
I know Andre's at Scrisopi.
Okay.
And then that's pretty much it.
And what happened to Ronan? Where does he play?
He just quit last year.
Why is that?
He just stopped enjoying the sport. He didn't want to get hurt anymore. I think he stopped enjoying it.
Crazy.
He kind of went to that party life.
Okay. That's too bad, but no, I'm glad you're doing well, and good. Honestly, good luck with the rest of the season. All right.
Thank you. Yeah, it was nice to see you, Coach.
Likewise. Take care.
You as well.
Bye.
All right. Thank you very much to both Alex and Serge for giving your time and revealing some insight of what it's like to be an up-and-coming player in League 1 Ontario. Just before wrapping up, some of you may have noticed, but for anyone that didn't, the schedule for round 2 for the League 1 Cup has been released. For the women's side, some of the games have already been completed, but next episode is where we will go over all the games and drama that is sure to unfold. The week after is where we'll go over the men's games, as most games take place Wednesday, May 28th. If you want to check out the full schedule, or if you're craving more League 1 content, check out our website at league1ontario.com. Download the League 1 Canada app and follow our Instagram account at League 1 Ontario. But with that being said, that is all we have for this week. If you enjoyed watching, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, give us any feedback on what you'd like to see us talk about, and turn on the bell notifications for when we post new videos. We'll see you all pitchside.